did you do that?
You are smelling.
Alex Ashford's stomach twisted like someone tied a rope inside him and pulled hard. He froze right there on the busy Lagos street. Cars honked. A Danfo bus roared past. Traders shouted prices. People pressed around him like waves. But Alex could not move, because the old woman he had just humiliated right in front of everyone was staring at him with calm eyes. Her face was wrinkled like dry leaf, but her gaze was sharp, as if she could see through his expensive shirt, his gold chain, and even his proud heart. Alex forced a laugh, trying to look brave. "You think you can talk to me like that?" he snapped, loud enough for people to hear. "Me? Alex Ashford? Do you even know who my father is?" Some people turned, phones lifted, people loved drama. The old woman lifted her hand slowly, not to fight him, not to beg, just to point at him, and she said, softly, like she was talking to a stubborn child, "Young man, your lesson has begun." Alex scoffed. Then the pain hit him again, worse this time. His stomach cramped so hard his knees almost buckled. He clenched his teeth. The crowd waited for him to say something sharp again, to show he was still the big man, but Alex's face changed. The confidence drained out like water poured from a cup. "Ah!" he gasped, gripping his belly. Somebody whispered, "Is he okay?" Another person muttered, "Serves him right." Alex looked up to shout back at them, and that was when he noticed something that made his blood turn cold. The old woman was gone. Just gone. No walking away, no pushing through people, no sound. 1 second she was there. The next second, the space in front of him was empty, like she had never existed. Alex's mouth went dry. He looked left, right, behind. Nothing. No old woman, no rapper, no begging bowl, only shocked faces and raised phones. Then Alex felt it again, a strange pressure, a rush, something he could not control. He tried to hold it in. He tried to stand tall like always, but his body betrayed him. Right there on the street, Alex made a loud, embarrassing sound that turned every head. And the crowd exploded. "Ah, he did it. Is that not Chief Ashford's son?" People laughed. People covered their noses. People recorded faster. Alex's eyes widened in horror. His ears burned. His cheeks burned. His whole life had always been power and respect. But now, in one moment, he was the joke of the street. He opened his mouth to speak, and his stomach twisted again, harder, as if something unseen had grabbed him and said, "No, not today." Alex stumbled backward, breathing fast. His driver, Musa, rushed forward from the SUV parked nearby. "Ogre Alex! Ogre, what is happening?" Musa cried. Alex could not answer. He could only hold his stomach as the laughing grew louder and louder. And somewhere deep inside his chest, fear whispered a new truth he had never believed before. This is not normal. This is not ordinary embarrassment. This feels like a punishment. Before the street shame, before the mysterious old woman, before the first painful twist of his stomach, Alex Ashford woke up in a bedroom bigger than some people's entire house. His bedsheets were soft, like clouds. The air conditioner hummed quietly. The curtains were thick and expensive, blocking the morning sun from entering without permission. He sat up, stretched, and checked his phone. Messages, missed calls, birthday invites, business updates. 100 people wanted his attention, because Alex was not just any young man, he was Chief Nathaniel Ashford's only son. In Lagos, the name Ashford opened doors like magic. Security guards stood straighter when they heard it. Waiters smiled wider. People stepped aside. And Alex liked it that way. He liked being feared. He liked being treated like he was above everyone else. He rolled out of bed and walked into the bathroom, where the mirror was bigger than his whole body. He looked at himself and smiled. Handsome face, clean haircut, fresh skin, white teeth. Untouchable, he murmured. Then he remembered something his mother had told him the night before. She had stood by the dining table, her voice gentle but firm. "Alex, my son, respect is more valuable than power." Alex had laughed lightly, like she was joking. "Mummy, in Lagos, money is respect," he replied. "People respect what they fear." His mother's eyes had filled with worry. "That is not respect," she said quietly. "That is terror, and terror always ends." Alex had waved his hand like it was nothing. "Mummy, please, you worry too much." He did not know how true her words were. Not yet. Downstairs, the mansion was already moving like a small company. Maids cleaned. Security men stood outside. The cook prepared breakfast. The gardener trimmed flowers. Everyone greeted Alex as he walked in. "Good morning, sir. Good morning, young master." Alex did not respond. He simply walked past them, scrolling on his phone. To Alex, greetings from workers were like noise from a fan always there, not important. At the dining table, his father sat like a king. Chief Nathaniel Ashford wore a fine native outfit, his wristwatch shining. He sipped tea slowly, calm and powerful. When Alex entered, his father looked up and smiled. "My son," Chief Nathaniel said warmly, "you look ready for the world." Alex sat and picked a piece of fruit without asking. "Of course I am," he said. "The world is ready for me." His father chuckled. "You have meetings today," Chief Nathaniel reminded him. "And later, we have guests coming." "Important guests," Alex shrugged. "They are always important." His mother sat quietly across from him, watching him like she was reading a book she did not like, but could not stop reading. "Alex," she tried again. "When someone greets you, answer. It costs you nothing." Alex sighed, annoyed. "Mummy, I'm not a village boy. These people are paid to be here." His mother's face tightened. "Paid or not," she said. "They are human beings." Alex leaned back, smiling like he had won. "And I'm the boss's son," he replied. Something in the room changed. The air felt heavier for 1 second, like a warning bell had rung softly. Even Musa, his driver, who had come to collect keys, lowered his eyes. Chief Nathaniel cleared his throat, trying to keep peace. "Let the boy eat," he said. "He is young. He will learn." Alex did not know how soon that learning would come. Later, Alex left the mansion with 2 security men and Musa driving. The SUV moved through Lagos like a ship cutting through water. On the road, people recognized the car. Some pointed, some stared, some whispered. Alex enjoyed it. As they passed Surulere, the street became busy and noisy. Traders lined the road. Smoke rose from food sellers. Hawkers ran between cars, offering drinks and snacks. Alex watched them like they were part of a movie. "Look at them," he said with a small laugh. "Every day, struggling." Musa said nothing. One of the security men, Bio, spoke carefully. "Ogre. Everybody get him own struggle." Alex frowned. "Are you advising me?" Bayo quickly shook his head. "No, sir." "Good," Alex said, satisfied. Then the SUV slowed near a junction because of traffic. Alex looked out of the window, bored, and that was when he saw her, an old woman, small and bent, sitting beside the roadside. Her wrapper looked faded, her hair was grey and rough, her begging bowl was empty. She lifted her face, and her eyes met Alex's. Not scared, not begging, just watching. Alex's lips curled. He opened the door before anyone could stop him. "I want to stretch," he said, stepping out. Musa looked worried. "Ogre, make we go." "This place no too. Keep quiet," Alex snapped. He walked toward the old woman like a prince walking toward a servant. The woman raised her hand slightly, not shaking, and said in a weak voice, "My son, please, help me with food." Alex laughed. Something cruel and proud rose inside him, like a fire. He looked around and saw people watching, a chance to show power, a chance to make someone small, and Alex took it. He leaned closer to her and said loudly, "Old woman, you want food? Go and work." The woman blinked slowly. Then she said, calm as still water, "Young man, do not disrespect me." That was all, but to Alex, it felt like a slap. How dare she? His pride jumped up like a snake, and right there, Alex decided he would not just refuse her. He would humiliate her in a way the whole street would remember. He turned to the crowd, smiling, ready to perform his wicked joke, and as he lifted his chin to embarrass her again, the old woman's eyes narrowed, just a little, like someone opening a door to something dark. And she whispered, "Your lesson has begun." The laughter did not stop when Alex entered the SUV. It followed him. It chased him. It clung to him like smoke. Phones were still raised as Musa slammed the door shut and drove off fast. People on the street pointed, laughed, and shouted words that cut deeper than knives. "Is that not Ashford's son? So money no fit stop shame. Record 'em well." Inside the car, Alex sat stiff, his face burning hot. "Turn it off," he shouted, pointing at the radio when a gossip station mentioned his name barely 20 minutes later. Musa switched it off quickly. Oga, maybe hospital? Musa suggested carefully. Alex clenched his fists. I said I am fine. But he was not. His stomach still felt strange, tight, restless, like something inside was waiting. When they reached the mansion, the gate opened slowly. Security guards tried not to stare, but Alex could see it in their eyes. They knew. News traveled fast in Lagos. Alex jumped out of the car and stormed inside. His mother was in the living room. The moment she saw his face, she stood up. Alex, what happened? She asked, fear rising in her voice. Alex did not answer. He pushed past her and headed toward the stairs. Then it hit him again. Hard. His stomach twisted sharply. Alex froze mid-step. Ah! He groaned, grabbing the rail. His mother rushed forward. Alex! The maid nearby gasped. Alex tried to stand straight, tried to be strong, but his body betrayed him again. Another loud, embarrassing sound escaped him. This time, inside his father's house. The maid covered her mouth. His mother's eyes widened in shock. Alex felt like the ground should open and swallow him. What? What is this? His mother whispered. Alex ran. He locked himself inside his room and slid down the door, breathing hard. This had never happened before. Never. He grabbed his phone. Dozens of messages. Videos. Laughing emojis. Voice notes. One message stood out. Bro, you don't turn comedy skitto. Alex threw the phone across the room. No, he whispered. This is not happening. By evening, Lagos had turned Alex into a joke. Blogs posted clips. Radio hosts laughed. Even people who had never met him spoke his name. Chief Nathaniel Ashford came home late, his face dark with anger. He called Alex into his study. Alex stood stiffly, head down. Is it true? Chief Nathaniel asked slowly. What I saw online. Is it true? Alex swallowed. Yes, sir. What happened to you on that street? Alex hesitated. He remembered the old woman's calm eyes. Her voice, your lesson has begun. She was just an old beggar, Alex said quickly. She annoyed me. Chief Nathaniel slammed his hand on the table. An old woman, he thundered. You disgraced yourself and this family because of an old woman. Alex flinched. His mother stepped in softly. Nathaniel, shouting will not help. Chief Nathaniel took a deep breath. From tomorrow, he said, doctors, best doctors, I will not have my son turned into a laughingstock. Alex nodded, relieved. Doctors meant sickness. Sickness meant something money could fix. The next morning, Alex was taken to a private hospital. Tests were done. Blood, scans, questions. The doctors frowned, whispered, and checked again. Finally, one of them spoke. Sir, the doctor said to Chief Nathaniel, there is nothing medically wrong with your son. Alex's heart skipped. What do you mean nothing? Chief Nathaniel demanded. Everything is normal, the doctor replied. Very normal. Alex felt cold. If it was not sickness, then what was it? They went home confused. For 2 days, nothing happened. Alex relaxed. Maybe it was stress, maybe fear, maybe it had passed. By the 3rd day, he was bored. I'm going out, he announced. His mother looked worried. Alex, please stay. I am not a child, he snapped. Nothing is wrong with me. Outside, a young woman selling bottled water greeted him politely. Good afternoon, sir. Alex ignored her. She smiled gently. God bless you. Something inside Alex snapped. Stop that nonsense, he barked. Do I look like I need your blessing? The woman stepped back, shocked. Alex felt powerful again. He raised his hand and slapped her. The sound was sharp. People screamed. The woman fell, crying. For 1 second, Alex felt proud. Then, the pain exploded in his stomach, stronger than before. His body locked, his face twisted. He tried to speak, and it happened again. Louder, worse. People shouted. Some laughed. Some cursed him. Alex dropped to his knees, shaking. Fear finally swallowed his pride whole. This was not random. This was not sickness. This was a warning. And somewhere, deep in his memory, he heard the old woman's voice again. Your lesson has begun. Alex did not leave the house for 3 days. Not because his father ordered him to stay. Not because doctors advised rest, but because fear now lived inside him. Every sound made him jump. Every small pain in his stomach made his heart race. He no longer trusted his own body. Once, power followed Alex everywhere. Now, shame followed him. Inside the mansion, workers whispered when they thought he could not hear. Outside, bloggers waited. Lagos was watching. On the fourth day, Chief Nathaniel called a family meeting. Alex sat on one sofa, stiff and quiet. His mother sat beside him, holding a handkerchief tightly. Chief Nathaniel stood, walking slowly like a man, carrying heavy thoughts. "I have tried doctors," Chief Nathaniel said. "They say nothing is wrong." Alex lowered his eyes. "I have tried prayers," his mother added softly. "Pastors, fasting, midnight prayers." She paused, her voice shaking. Still nothing. Chief Nathaniel stopped walking and faced Alex. "Tell me the truth," he said. "What did you do to that old woman?" Alex opened his mouth. His stomach tightened slightly. He froze. Everyone noticed. Chief Nathaniel's eyes narrowed. "Speak." Alex swallowed hard. He spoke slowly, choosing each word like it could hurt him. "I insulted her," he admitted. "I embarrassed her." His mother gasped quietly. "And?" Chief Nathaniel pressed. Alex hesitated. "She warned me." "Warned you how?" Alex's voice dropped. "She said my lesson had begun." Silence filled the room. Chief Nathaniel looked away, troubled. "This matter," he said finally, "is deeper than money." Alex's heart sank. That night, a well-known spiritualist was invited to the house. He was an elderly man, with beads around his neck and calm eyes. He listened carefully as Alex's story was told. After a long silence, the man nodded slowly. "There is a temporary cover," he said. "It will reduce the attacks, but it will not remove the lesson." Alex leaned forward eagerly. "Do it." The man placed a small charm in Alex's hand and gave him strict instructions. "Do not insult anyone," the man warned. "Do not use your power to hurt." Alex nodded quickly. For the next week, nothing happened. No pain. No shame. No public embarrassment. Alex smiled again. He went out again. He spoke loudly. He laughed. He felt safe. And slowly, dangerously, his old self returned. One afternoon, Alex attended a small gathering with friends. People greeted him carefully now. "Good afternoon, Alex." Alex nodded, pretending to be calm. A young cleaner passed by and greeted him politely. "Good day, sir." Alex ignored her. She repeated it softly. Something inside Alex rose again. Annoyance. Pride. That dangerous fire. "Can you shut up?" he snapped. "Do I know you?" The room went quiet. The charm in his pocket felt warm. Alex ignored it. That was his mistake. His stomach twisted harder than ever before. He froze. Sweat poured down his face. The charm fell from his pocket and hit the floor, and everything broke loose. The pain struck like lightning. Alex screamed. People scattered. Someone shouted, "Not again!" Alex collapsed, shaking and crying like a child. This time, there was no laughter, only fear. When Alex woke up, he was back at home. The same spiritualist sat beside him. "This is not sickness," the man said calmly. "And it is not witchcraft for destruction." Alex's voice trembled. "Then what is it?" The man looked at him with sad eyes. "It is correction," he said. "A lesson sent because pride blinded you." Alex's chest tightened. "Who is the old woman?" he whispered. The man's voice dropped. "She is not a beggar. She was sent to test you." Alex remembered her calm face, her steady eyes, her warning. Tears rolled down his cheeks. "What must I do?" he asked. The man leaned closer. "You must repent," he said. "Not with words, with truth, with humility." Alex nodded slowly. For the first time in his life, power felt useless. Alex woke up screaming. His bedsheets were soaked with sweat. His heart beat so hard, it felt like it would break his chest. The image from his dream stayed with him, like a shadow that refused to leave. The forest, dark, quiet, endless, and the old woman standing straight this time. No begging bowl, no weakness pointing at a narrow path covered with thorns. Alex sat up slowly, breathing hard. "It was just a dream," he whispered. But deep inside, he knew it was more than that. For the first time in his life, Alex stopped going out. No parties, no clubs, no loud friends, no showing off. Lagos noticed. Where is Ashford's son? Has he traveled? Maybe shame don't finish him. Alex stayed inside his room, staring at the ceiling, replaying every insult he had ever thrown at someone. The gate man he never answered, the cleaner he shouted at, the water seller he slapped. The old woman he humiliated, each memory came with a sharp pain in his chest. His mother checked on him often. She no longer scolded him. She no longer advised. She only prayed. One evening, she sat beside him quietly. "Alex," she said gently, "do you know why this hurts so much?" Alex shook his head. "Because for the first time," she continued, "you are seeing yourself the way others have always seen you." Her words hit him harder than any punishment. Days passed, then weeks. Alex became thinner, quieter. He started noticing things he had never noticed before. How workers flinched when he walked past. How people avoided his eyes. How fear, not respect, had always followed him. One morning, he overheard two maids talking softly in the corridor. "That boy," one said, "he has never said sorry to anybody in his life." Alex stood frozen. The other maid replied, "Power made him blind." Alex walked back into his room and shut the door. Blind. That word stayed. One night, the same spiritualist returned. He did not come with beads or chants this time. He came with silence. "You are ready," he said. Alex's stomach tightened, not with pain, but with fear. "Ready for what?" Alex asked. "To face the lesson," the man replied. Alex remembered the dream, the narrow path, the forest. His hands shook. "Will I be healed?" The man looked at him carefully. "Healing is possible, but not guaranteed." Alex swallowed. "For the first time in your life," the man continued, "you must kneel without cameras, without pride, without your father's name." Alex nodded slowly. "I will do it," he said. Before dawn, Alex left the mansion quietly. No security, no driver, no luxury car, just simple clothes and fear in his chest. They traveled far from the city. The road became narrow. Houses disappeared. Trees grew thick. Birds watched from above. When they reached the forest, the air felt heavy and still. The spiritualist stopped. "This is where I leave you," he said. Alex's eyes widened. "Alone?" "You have always stood above people," the man replied. "Now you must stand alone." Alex stepped forward. Each step felt like he was walking away from everything he knew. Inside the forest, it was quiet. Too quiet. Alex walked slowly, thorns brushing his legs, branches scratching his arms. His phone had no signal. Time felt strange. Then he saw her. The old woman. She stood by a tree, tall and strong, her eyes glowing softly. Alex's legs gave way. He dropped to his knees without thinking. "I am sorry," he cried. "I am sorry for everything." The words poured out of him like water from a broken pot. He confessed. His insults, his pride, his cruelty, his belief that money made him untouchable. Tears fell freely. "I hurt people because I could," he said. "I thought power meant I was better." The old woman listened quietly. When he finished, she stepped closer. "Power is a loan," she said calmly. "Character is ownership." Alex bowed his head. "I am ready to change," he whispered. The woman touched his forehead gently. The pain he had carried for weeks faded. The tightness left his stomach. Alex breathed freely for the first time in a long while. "You are healed," she said. Hope rushed through him. Then her voice hardened. "But healing does not erase consequences." Alex looked up. "What do you mean?" he asked, afraid. She pointed at the path behind him, the one leading back to the city. "You will live," she said, "but not the life you planned." Alex's heart sank. "The doors power opened for you will close," she continued. "The respect you forced will never return." Alex trembled. "Please." She raised her hand. "This lesson is not for destruction," she said. "It is for balance." Alex returned home different, calmer, humbler, but the world did not welcome him back. His father's guests no longer asked for him. Business partners kept distance. Invitations stopped coming. Chief Nathaniel watched silently as his son's influence faded. One afternoon, Alex overheard his father on the phone. "Let us move on," Chief Nathaniel said. "My son is no longer part of that plan." Look. Alex sat down slowly. That night, he stood by his window, staring at the city lights. For the first time, he understood. He had been healed but stripped. Weeks later, Alex heard something that shook him. The young woman he had slapped the water seller had gone viral. People donated to her. A charity supported her business. She was invited to speak about kindness and survival. Alex watched her on TV. She stood tall, confident, respected. Everything he had lost. Alex turned off the TV, his chest tight. Outside, thunder rolled softly. and deep in his heart, he knew something was still unfinished. Rain fell gently over Lagos that night, tapping Alex's window like fingers asking to be let in. Alex sat on the edge of his bed, fully awake, even though the house was quiet. The whisper he heard earlier kept repeating in his mind. Your final choice is coming. He stood up and walked to the mirror. The face looking back at him was still Alex Ashford, same eyes, same nose, same skin. But something was missing. The proud look, the I am untouchable smile. That boy was gone. Downstairs, he heard voices. His father had guests, important people. Alex paused at the staircase and listened. Chief Nathaniel's voice sounded calm but firm. My son has changed, his father said. But change does not remove damage. We must protect this family's name. Another man laughed softly. In Lagos, Chief. People forget quickly. Chief Nathaniel replied, not when they have a video. Alex's chest tightened. So this was it. He had been healed, but he was still being handled like a problem that must be managed. Alex stepped into the sitting room. The guests turned and stared at him. For a moment, the old Alex would have enjoyed that attention. He would have greeted them like a prince. But now, Alex only felt tired. Good evening, he said quietly. One of the men smiled with fake kindness. Ah, Alex, we hear you have been... Well, Alex nodded once. Then, without warning, the guest added, so the matter is finished. Or should we still avoid standing close to you? The room fell silent. Alex's mother's eyes widened. Chief Nathaniel's jaw tightened. Everyone waited to see what Alex would do. The old Alex would have exploded. He would have insulted the man. He would have reminded everyone of his father's power. Alex took a slow breath. I deserve the shame I got, he said calmly. But I don't want to be that person again. The guest blinked, surprised. Alex continued, I can't control what people say. I can only control what I do next. No anger, no shouting, no pride. Just truth. Chief Nathaniel stared at his son like he was seeing him for the first time. The guest cleared his throat, suddenly uncomfortable. They changed the topic quickly, but Alex already understood something important. Even when people stop laughing, the world does not easily trust a person who once enjoyed hurting others. That was part of the consequence. The next morning, Alex left the mansion alone. No escort, no security, no fancy car. He wore simple clothes and walked like a normal person. He went back to Surulere, the same kind of street where he first met the old woman. The same noise, the same Danfo buses, the same hawkers running between cars. Alex's stomach did not twist. No pain, no strange pressure. He felt normal, but he did not feel safe, because he knew the punishment had never truly been about his stomach. It was about his heart. As he walked, a small boy ran toward him with pure water. Ogre, buy pure water, the boy begged. Alex reached into his pocket, brought out some money, and bought 2 sachets. The boy smiled wide. Thank you, sir. Alex nodded and started to walk away. Then he saw her, the young woman he had slapped. She stood near a small table with bottled water and snacks. Her business looked better now, cleaner umbrella, neat arrangement, a small banner that said Blessing Water and Drinks. Her name, Alex remembered, was Blessing. Blessing was talking to a woman who looked like a journalist. A camera stood nearby. Blessing's face looked stronger than before. Her eyes were steady. She spoke with confidence. Alex froze. He did not expect to see her like this. He felt shame rush up again, not the magical shame, but the real one, the shame that comes when you remember what you did. Alex took a step back, ready to leave quietly, but Blessing's eyes caught him. She stopped talking. The journalist followed her gaze and turned too. The camera shifted slightly. People nearby began to notice. Whispers started. Is that not the Ashford boy? That one that slapped her? Alex's throat went dry. This was his final choice. He could turn and run. He could hide behind his father's name. Or he could face the person he hurt without pride. Alex walked forward slowly until he stood in front of Blessing. The street seemed to pause. Even the Danfo horn sounded far away. Blessing did not smile. Her face was calm, but her eyes were guarded. Alex swallowed, then lowered his head. I'm sorry, he said. Some people gasped. Blessing said nothing. Alex continued, his voice shaking. I slapped you because I thought I was bigger than you. I thought money made me special. I was wrong. Blessing's fingers tightened around her bottled water. Alex looked up. I'm not asking you to forget. I'm only asking you to know I regret it. The journalist quickly raised her phone, recording. A man in the crowd muttered, "Nah, today, humility start?" Alex ignored the crowd. Blessing finally spoke. "Why are you saying this now?" Alex nodded. "Because I was punished. And I finally understood that pride is a sickness too." Blessing stared at him for a long moment. Then she exhaled slowly. "I accept your apology," she said. "But apology is not magic. It doesn't clean everything." Alex nodded again. "I know." Blessing's voice softened, but it stayed firm. "So go and live like the person you are claiming to be." Those words hit Alex like a bell. Not harsh, not sweet, just true. Alex stepped back. The crowd watched him like they were waiting for something dramatic, but Alex did not perform. He simply turned and walked away. And as he walked, he felt something strange and heavy lift from his chest. Not because Blessing forgave him, but because he finally faced the truth without running. That night, Alex returned home and found his mother sitting alone in the living room. She looked up at him. "Where did you go?" Alex sat beside her, tired but calm. "I went to say sorry," he said. His mother's eyes filled with tears. "To who?" "To the girl I slapped," Alex answered. His mother covered her mouth, crying softly. "I have prayed for this," she whispered. "Not for your comfort, for your heart." Alex held her hand. Outside, the rain returned, steady and quiet. Then the lights flickered once. The air grew cold for a moment. Alex felt it like a presence in the room. He slowly turned his head. The old woman stood near the doorway. This time, she did not look like a beggar at all. She looked like someone ancient, someone sent. Alex's mother could not see her. She kept wiping her tears, unaware. Alex stood up slowly. The old woman's eyes rested on him. "You chose the narrow path," she said. Alex's voice was low. "Yes." She nodded once. "Your lesson is complete." Alex swallowed. "Will my life ever return to what it was?" The old woman's expression did not change. "No." Alex flinched, but he did not argue. She continued, "If you return to that life, you will return to that pride. And pride will find you again." Alex nodded. "What happens now?" he asked. The old woman's voice softened slightly. "Now you live small," she said, "so you can live right." Then she added, "And the girl you hurt will rise." That is balance. Alex's eyes stung. "I understand." The old woman stepped back. Before she disappeared, she said one last thing. "Respect shapes destiny, and pride always demands a price." And she was gone. Months passed. Chief Nathaniel kept his business strong, but he stopped pushing Alex into big roles. Alex did not fight it. He chose something simple. He started helping quietly in one of his father's smaller offices, no title, no special treatment. He learned to greet workers first. He learned to say please and thank you. He learned to listen. Some people still mocked him, some still remembered. But Alex did not chase approval anymore. He only chased peace. Blessing's business grew. She became respected in her community. She even started supporting other young women who were struggling, teaching them how to save money and start small. Sometimes Alex saw her from a distance. He never disturbed her again. He only felt grateful that the same girl he once treated like nothing became someone people looked up to. And each time Alex was tempted to feel proud again, he remembered the street, the laughter, the pain, and the calm voice that changed his life. What is your view about this story? Where are you watching from? Do well to let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting stories. Stay blessed.